Are you tired of waiting for a response from online job applications that never come? There is a much more effective method that expert job seekers are taking advantage of. You can use LinkedIn to target and network with hiring managers in your industry that have open positions. This method will allow you to skip the online job application process and give you direct access to the decision makers. In the most basic terms, what this method consists of is sending short message inquiries directly to hiring managers in your industry. But there are a few simple tricks that you need to know to take advantage of the LinkedIn messaging system. In the top left of the LinkedIn webpage is a search bar. And the first thing you need to do is filter so that you're searching for people instead of jobs or content. And for these searches, what we want to do is target individuals in a management function. The job title manager is usually the function that controls all open positions. They ultimately have the final say in who's going to interview and who receives an offer. So for the LinkedIn search, in that search bar, you're going to want to include the term manager, and you're also going to want to include the job title that matches your experience. So for example, if your background is in marketing, you're going to need to include the job title, marketing. If you have a background in software engineering, you would want to include that term in your search. But when you finish that search, you may also want to replace software engineer with a term like Java development, if that's your area of specialization. Another search filter to be aware of is location. This will allow you to limit your search to a specific area. Now you have a finalized search string, and when you press return, you will see a list of managers in your industry. You can click on any of the profiles that seem like they are working in an area that might be of interest to you. Once you have the profile open, you will see a few options at the top of the profile, just to the right of the profile picture. These buttons show your options for interacting with the person that owns the profile. You will always see the option to message an individual. The thing to know about messages is that they cost 1 credit if you are not directly connected to them. Unless you pay for a premium LinkedIn upgrade, you will only have 5 free credits to send these messages. To be directly connected with someone, you will need to both either send or accept a connection request. So rather than using the limited number of messages that you have, first what you'll want to do is send a connection request. Most profiles will have a connect button directly to the left of the message button. If you don't see that button there, then you can click the more options button to the right of the message button, which should reveal a connection option. If you are already connected with someone, the option to connect will no longer be available, but you can send them a message without then using one of your credits. When you send a connection request, you will have the option to include some text. Whether you send a connection request or a message, you will need to limit what you say to 2 sentences. So, for example, the work you are doing looks very interesting. It would be great to connect. I would also be open to hearing about any open positions you might have on your team. Once you press send, all that's left to do is wait and see how they react. If they accept your connection request, you'll get a notification through the LinkedIn system. If someone accepts the connection request but doesn't send a written response, then I highly suggest you follow up with a message. Now, since you're now directly connected with the person, that message won't cost any credits. Again, keep the message short, saying something like, "Thanks for accepting the request to connect. Feel free to reach out if you have open positions that might be a fit for my background." You can also include attachments on messages. So you may want to send your resume along with this follow-up message. Putting effort into sending these LinkedIn connection requests and messages is the easiest way to make your job search more effective. Each request that you send is like minting value for your future. If you spend an hour or 2 every day networking, it's guaranteed to pay off. This part of the process allows you to invest time without diminishing returns, unlike something like working on your resume or interview strategy. Every subsequent stage of the job search process can be made easier by spending time developing your network. Possibly the most important advantage is reducing stress and anxiety of later stages by diversifying your opportunities. If you have multiple interviews and offers in play, each one will hold less risk if it falls through because you have a safety net. Working on LinkedIn networking is a great way to combat the negative effects of rejection that are inevitable during the job search process. I highly recommend you continue to expand your LinkedIn network even once you reach late stages with other opportunities. Don't stop until you receive an offer. One last thing to keep in mind is that a basic free LinkedIn account has a limited number of people searches. If you invest a considerable amount of time in this process, you will hit that limit. I highly consider paying for a LinkedIn premium account. Now, I'm not sponsored by LinkedIn. This video has no affiliation with LinkedIn. I just feel that the value can be worth it. That's all for this video. If you need more help with your job search, you can find free videos and articles at nextstepjobsearch.com.